It is the 25th anniversary of Birthright Israel. It offers young Jewish adults a free 10-day trip to Israel. Last month, actor and singer James Maslow came on this show to discuss the foundation. Watch.
I encourage people to visit Israel. It would immediately clear up a lot of the confusion and a lot of the lies and propaganda that's out there. I went 10 years ago for my first time. I went on a trip with Birthright. So it's an amazing organization that sends almost 1 million young Jews and non-Jews to Israel just for this purpose, to go and see it for yourself. No agenda, no politics. Here's the history, here's the land, here's the people. When you go and step into that land, whoever you are, whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, you're welcomed.
Elias Saratovsky is the chief executive at the Birthright Israel Foundation, and he joins me here in New York. Elias, are you about to hit 1 million trips for kids to Israel?
We are, Stu, and we're very excited. I went on a Birthright trip when it was first founded in December 1999. It absolutely changed the trajectory of my life. And in the last 25 years, we have brought over 900,000 young Jews to Israel. They've come home prouder, more confident, more knowledgeable, and ready to lead in their communities. And in the next year or so, we will hit 1 million participants.
Do you give these free trips for young Jewish people in America? They go to Israel. Are you trying to get them to stay in Israel and emigrate to Israel?
No. We've brought, as I mentioned, 900,000 participants from over 70 countries, predominantly from America. We want them to come to Israel, to understand what's actually happening in Israel, to get beyond the headlines, but also to come back more proud of their Jewish identity and then to lead in their communities. And the research that we have over the last 25 years demonstrates that's exactly what's happening.
What's your plan for the future?
Well, our plan is over the next 5 years, we want to bring an additional 200,000 participants to Israel, particularly right now in a moment of rising anti-Semitism and a time when many young Jews feel isolated on college campuses and beyond. They need to go to Israel to understand what's happening there, and to come back and be more knowledgeable.
I want to raise this issue, anti-Semitism, in the United States, specifically in New York City. I think it was 2 weeks ago, there was an anti-Israel protest outside a New York City synagogue. They were protesting, and it was abusive protesting too, a speaker in the synagogue who was recommending immigration to Israel. Mandami, the mayor-elect of New York City, said the synagogue shouldn't have been doing that. They were wrong to do that. I think that's outrageous.
It's outrageous, Stu, and it wasn't a protest. It was a violent mob.
It was.
In fact, I think there's nothing wrong with traveling to Israel, and if people want to move there, they should be able to move there. You know, when I went to college, there wasn't a lot of anti-Semitism. Today, there was a recent study that showed that 83% of Jewish students have either experienced or have witnessed anti-Semitism.
Well, we've been reporting that on this program. Where do you think it comes from?
I think it comes from a lot of misinformation, from ignorance, and sadly, a lot of hatred. Anti-Semitism has been around for 2,000 years.
Of course.
And we need to make sure that young Jewish students have the resilience and the confidence. And when you travel to Israel with other young people, you come back, you stand strong, you have steel in your spine, and you're ready to lead, which is why we need to bring more young Jews to Israel.
That's what you do.
That's exactly what we're doing.
You take young Jews to Israel to give them the confidence as to who they are as Jews in this world.
Well, I'm a product of Birthright Israel. James Maslow, as we saw earlier, was a product. But there are 900,000 other people who today are in their communities, who are leading and who are spreading the real information, getting beyond the headlines, getting beyond the social media algorithms, and talking to their friends and their families about what's actually happening in Israel. And they're leading in their communities and being proud Jewish leaders as a result.
Last one. Have you any contact with Mandami?
We've not had contact with Mamdani.
Do you want contact with Mandami?
Well, I don't know if we want contact or not, but we certainly are watching at what he's doing. But, you know, Jewish Americans cannot put our fate only in the hands of politicians. We need to lead ourselves, and the best way to lead is to be armed with the facts, come back to our communities, and spread that information proudly and confidently, and that is what we do.
Elias Saratovsky, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Foundation.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure thing.